Great. Good morning, Finovate. Thank you for having us. I'm Doug Brown, the head of mobile at FIS, and I'm joined by Chris Gardner, founder at Paydiant. And what we want to do today is really illustrate how a compelling bank wallet experience will win customers and generate significant revenue for institutions. We don't think the bank should concede payments and wallets to anybody else. Banks are really in the prime position to win this space. So we built a cloud-based platform that does a couple of key things. First, it's all about bank brand and bank control of the customer experience. Second, we allow full control of all the data associated with transaction activity. We make sure that there's no third parties touching the provisioning of the wallet and application for customers. And then lastly, we're designed to integrate with existing bank applications like mobile banking so that through our SDK API architecture, we can blend into the already incredible user experience that banks have deployed. So Chris, let's take a look at this compelling customer experience and how it drives these benefits.
Yeah, sure thing, and thanks for having us today. One of the things I want to show you is actually the application itself. Part of the way we deliver this application is either as a reference app or as a set of tools that you can build into your own app, whether you're a bank or a retailer. So we really believe in the white label concept and the ability for you as bankers or retailers to deliver wallet functionality on your own. So what you see right here on the screen is a white labeled mobile app labeled ABC Bank, and I'm going to quickly log in here, enter a 4-digit passcode, and what you see here is an application branded for ABC Bank that has a number of key functions. One, you can actually enter any card into the application itself, whether it's a closed loop, debit, credit, etc. We have the ability to aggregate offers from any number of sources or using our own roll your own, if you will, offer creation facility. And here I'm just going to grab one for later in the demo. Top-notch restaurant offer. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. So it's like clipping a coupon, what I've just done there. So it says thank you for selecting it. And then, of course, we have full digital receipts for all of for every single transaction that's gone on. So if we could quickly switch over to the doc cam, I'll show you how it works. So what I have here on my right side is industry standard Verifone terminal. You'll notice, in fact, it's not an NFC device. One of the nice things about our approach is that it can work with any existing smartphone and any existing point-of-sale hardware. So this is industry standard stuff that's just running an app alongside the regular card schemes to enable mobile wallet payments. So I'll quickly ring up $5.41. I press enter, so I'm creating a mobile tender type. And what I do is I push the green pay button on the app. If you remember here, I'll push the green pay button, and you'll see that opens the camera. I just hold it over the QR code. It grabs the token. I'll turn on the sound here. And you'll see I get to pick which card I want to conduct the transaction with.
So what's really amazing there, what Chris just did, in that whole transaction set, no card information was actually ever present on the phone, and it was never passed into the point-of-sale terminal. So this is where we really leverage the cloud for security to deliver that type of benefit.
Now let me show you another neat application. One of the other ways in which consumers can use their mobile wallet is to pay at the table in restaurants. I mean, historically that's required an expensive wireless device that gets carried around, and that hasn't really caught in this country. But what I'm going to do here is quickly ring up a restaurant transaction for $52.12. I press enter, and instead of it displaying on the screen like it did before, it also displays it on the receipt. So I'll show you this in the camera here. You can see that the receipt then gets brought over to the table, and in the same way I scanned it off the screen, I scan the token off the receipt. Oh, and there's the offer, by the way, that I selected before. It says use this offer, 15% off. We recalculate the total. I could add a tip. I'll do 25% here. It's a Finovate bonus tip. And
generous today, Chris.
Yeah, pick the card, and there you go. And I just run a restaurant transaction.
So in this instance, we think offers really need to be real-time, and the customer gets to see the effect of this discount right away upon checkout.
So let's talk about another way in which the wallet can be used. And this is for the first time here at Finovate. We're announcing the ability, and let me see if I could see that okay, to actually pay bills via your mobile wallet. And so this can be directly integrated with a banking system's online bill pay, for example. Not surprisingly, it works very similarly to the other transactions that I've conducted. I'm going to hit the green pay button. And in this case, I'm going to scan a QR code off the bill itself. So I'll get it focused here, scan it. Come on, there we go. And you'll notice that this time, instead of bringing back credit cards, it recognized that it was a bill pay transaction and prompted me to use my credit card. That's right. Camera, thanks, Doug. And one of the other things I can do here is I can actually change the schedule of the payment. So I'm going to forward date the payment for a few days, click done, and click pay. So that transaction has now been pushed into the bill pay system in addition to making the payment right there.
So this is big value proposition for the consumer. We've given Chris the ability to pay and manage his paper bills, but then more importantly for you as banks out there, we're going to increase bill pay adoption and drive more paperless statements, because once registered now, it becomes electronic payee from that point forward.
So one last thing we want to show you guys, and this is the ability to use your phone for cardless cash access. If you think about all the things that you would want a bank-driven mobile wallet to do, it's make payments at the point of sale, it's make payments at table, it's get cash out. And so what I'm going to show you here is how we would get cash out of the bank. If we could actually switch back to the HDMI, and I'll show this at a higher resolution. Perfect. So what I'm going to do here is actually go ahead and set up a withdrawal ahead of time from my checking account. I'll click the checking account, and then I can actually stage the transaction. I could be at home, I could be in my car. I do not need to be standing in front of the ATM. I'm going to ask for $60. I've saved that transaction now, and what I'll do is I'll quickly show you a video. Because we couldn't lug an ATM all the way through TSA and the airport, I'm going to show the back half of the transaction via short video. And you can actually leave it right where it is on the HDMI, and we'll launch the rest of it. Watch closely. Whoops, I'm going to go to the beginning. Here we go. There's the ABC Bank application with the transaction already staged. So all I have to do at this point is walk up to the ATM, hit the mobile cash access button, scan the QR code, and that's it. The payment comes out right after that. So what we've effectively done here is eliminated any sort of card skimming, pin skimming, shoulder surfing, etc., and made it super convenient for consumers to get cash out at the ATM.
So we're giving customers the ability to get cash within 9 to 11 seconds of transaction speed at the ATM. So this platform you've all seen here today is actually live in multiple cities in the U.S. with partners like Bank of America, Barclays, Capital One, and Vantiv. Please come see us at the networking session booth so we can show you the experience firsthand. Thank you very much.